can't stare down the barrel of a gun again. I don't know how I'm gonna have fun again. And this feels like I'm running from the lion now. This feels like I'm burning in a fire.
Alright. What's up, everybody? 2011 Nightster 1200. Let's hop on this thing, get up on the road. This video, a popular one. Why did I get a Nightster 1200? It's actually like a 70-part question, but I'm not going to answer it in 70 parts. Make sure you watch the last video with the giant squid omnidirectional mic. Gets rid of your audio crackling and popping, unless you're lucky like some people I've seen with a mono mic. They end up just resetting their GoPro. Apparently that solves it. This video will be about why I bought this particular bike. This particular Nightster is my second Nightster. The last one I had was an 07, like the first year they came out with fuel injection. It was a little bit of a nightmare. That's also on the channel. It had a Screaming Eagle programmer on it, which I did some videos on. They got some pretty good hits because it seems like the rest of America is pretty confused about how to use that particular tuner. I like that bike. Had smaller ape hangers than this one has. I'm 5'5". These ape hangers are fine, so I was hoping I wouldn't have to like replace these ape hangers to get something shorter, but I kind of like them. I'm still comfortable on it, so I have no complaints so far. Back to the question. Why did I get a Harley Nightster? They're cheap, man. If you know how to negotiate, you find somebody given the right circumstances in the market near you, or you're just located in a good area, or they are with the bike and you're willing to travel just like I did. I'm in Florida and I went all the way to Mississippi for this bike, but it was well worth it because this thing is gorgeous. The paint pops. 8,000 miles, 2011. Got it for $3,500. You cannot beat that deal. I don't think I've seen. I had another one negotiated for $3,500, but it was only an 08. It was not a 2011 or 2010. Still, 08's a good year, no doubt. You know, since it's at least 1 year after the EPA nonsense, and it also had Vance and Hines flash cuts on it like this does. But it was only blue and black, which doesn't pop nearly as well. Man, I love this bike. Cheap on gas, you know, very cheap bike to operate. No radiator fluid, no corrosion buildup, even though some say it won't build corrosion with a radiator. It's pretty much inevitable. It will happen. It's not a big deal breaker. It's not like it happens all the time. It's not like it's an epidemic. But it's very cheap to operate. You know, change your oil, check your tire pressure. Nothing too crazy. A lot of people complain about these bikes on long distance rides. It's really not that bad, depending on how far you're riding. Now, I wouldn't suggest you ride this all the way to like Sturgis Bike Rally across the United States of America, but it can be done. It's not like you're going to die. You're not going to have excessive back pain or anything like that. I think it is absolutely fine to take on long trips like that. If you're younger, if you're a little bit older, you know, a little bit seasoned, so to speak, it can take a little bit of a toll on you. It's not going to be a full-on electric glide or a full-on bagger, but then again, it's not going to cost you $25,000 to $32,000 to buy. Nonetheless, you know, if you buy a $30,000 bike, I severely doubt they've got it engineered to where the oil change costs just as much as a Nightster to complete. So, you know, that's a big portion of the reliability aspect and how much it may cost for operation, etc. But these bikes are really fast. I actually had a 96 cubic inch 2008 Super Glide, copper and black. It was a 105th anniversary, beautiful bike, 6-speed. I literally got that bike because it had the big motor on it. And I wanted to make sure I had enough motor to outrun any other Harley that I may come across, at least given the circumstances. And Curtis Reed, Kurt McGurt's got his own YouTube channel. He did like a 10-mile-an-hour roll with me on his like 2004 Sporster 1200 carbureted and basically ass raped my Nightster, or not my Nightster, but my Super Glide. After that, I'm like, yeah, I'm particularly done with this bike. There ain't no reason to have $8,500 wrapped up in a Super Glide if you're gonna get outrun by like a $3,500, $4,500 bike from back then. Keep in mind, I say 35 to 4,500 for that bike because that was like 10 years ago, maybe longer. So, you know, that's a big difference. You know, my bike was worth twice as much as his. I had an extra gear, which entails should mean that my gears are shorter, which means I'm going to go through my RPM band faster and stuff like that. Was not the case. So ever since then, I vowed that if I'm going to be on a Harley, unless I'm making some savage money or I'm sponsored by Harley, I'm going to be on Harley Nightster, Harley Sporster, something of that nature. It just, for my income range, for having so many kids, it really doesn't make much sense for me to go all out and acquire a $400 to $600 payment for a motorcycle. That's really where these things thrive. They're very user-friendly, they're very light, they're very nimble, they're very fast. I mean, it's not the most powerful bike in the world, but when you combine this engine with this frame, it's going to move out. We're going to do that video eventually because I've already got a video that does pretty well how fast is the Harley Nightster 1200. And you can also go check that bike out if you want. I don't believe I can drop the iCard up at the top for it because it's so old of a bike. But I'm going to drop one of those for this bike because everybody loves this bike so far. It's gorgeous. RSD parts everywhere. It's even got like skull engraved engine casings and stuff on it. Brand new, I think, Pilot Power tires. I could be wrong, but it's got brand new sport tires on it. Just cannot beat it. I mean, the bike's sitting, I think it's worth like $6,500. That's like what the native value is. Curtis couldn't believe what I got this bike for, so he did that for me. And add thousands of dollars in parts on it. I mean, just in the Power Commander 5 and the auto tune, I'm pretty sure it's in between like $450 and $750 for the set. It's just crazy. And then the dyno tune, the guy had a dyno tune. He did what everybody else should do, had it tuned just a little bit richer, just to keep it a little colder, and worked out perfect. Bike ride's like a stinking charm, and I love it. I love it so hard. Just cannot beat this bike. Oh yeah. Cannot beat the quality, circumstances. Very user-friendly bike. I don't think you'll meet very many people that cannot manage that motorcycle. It is definitely a payoff. Very good starter bike, and gives you all the power you need. If it tosses you around too much on the highway, you get a little road fairing for it. Not the end of the world. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Alright, well, that will be it for this video. Why I chose to buy a Harley Nightster. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I do moto vlogs all the time. Got this beautiful bad little beast. Got a supercharged Corvette, Grand Sport. It's also, I think, a 2011. 10th anniversary RX-7. I'll drop a photo of that with my cracked cell phone photo. It's got a 5.3 liter LM7 V8 turbo in it. Gotta love it. Any subscribes would be greatly appreciated. We need it to afford all of our toys, that's for sure. Get my key in the hole.